we are in Sands campsite in Gairloch, and as you can see, it is just looking pretty damn beautiful. We've ended up getting a really nice little spot with a perfect view of the beach and all of this. Weather's not meant to be that great. We were expecting a little bit more winds, so the midges are already hovering around causing issues. So we'll see how we get on with them. Himself is just beginning to do the van. Hello, William. So we're going to get set up and we'll catch up with you in a bit.
So this video's tent box view, check that out. Well, that's some view, absolutely beautiful. Only thing is, we're a wee bit nervous about the sort of clouds there in the background, and unfortunately, as Moya was saying there, it is meant to be getting quite windy later on, so we just need to keep an eye on it, but we're going to set it up the way it is just now. So camp is all done. So as I said, we're just getting the few wee little bits and bobs done, but we're going to go for a little wander around the campsite, aren't we?
We are. We're going to go and find the cafe and yeah, just familiarise ourselves a little bit.
Have a wee cup.
I've prioritised and all the booze is now in the cool box.
Sorted. Because officially it is beer time, but I'm going to behave myself and have coffee and a cake instead maybe. But it is amazing. The views from here are just absolutely outstanding. I've stayed here a couple of times in the past, but what I ended up doing, I'm just going to turn the camera around. So that particular island out there is called Longa Island, and I've ended up doing a couple of overnights on there and sort of foraging for food, etc., which was just absolutely amazing fun. So it was just sort of kayaking from the shore out, and then on the sort of opposite side of the island, the pollock are just absolutely ginormous. It was a really good meal. That's it. We've got a really nice setup, a really nice area. And that little bit of a breeze that's coming up is just sort of taking the midges away, which will hopefully be our main thing. But again, I've got a device that we're going to be having a little chat about later on that's hopefully going to solve our sort of whole midgie problem, which we're just praying to God that it actually works. But as I said, we're just going to go for a little wander, head down to the cafe, have a coffee, and then we'll hook up with you. So holiday mode is well and truly engaged.
Slan.
So they've also got this as a sort of restaurant and cafe, but also a bar as well. Beautiful wee fire pit, but I just love all the old photos all the way around. So that strong winds come in, which again was going to be a bit of a challenge, but also there's a huge rain cloud coming in as well. So we've only got about sort of 2-3 minutes before that hits. So we're just going to get everything back into the van and hit the back of the van, go into the back of it just to sort of shelter for a wee bit, just in the hope that the rain shower might sort of pass in the next wee bit.
If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. One thing I would recommend to anybody that does outdoorsy stuff is get a dry robe. These things are amazing, like outdoor dressing gowns, just fantastic. We live in ours when we're away, don't we?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It just sort of keeps us warm. I made the mistake of thinking mine was a dry robe when it actually turns out to a changing robe.
Yeah, whereas mine is a dry robe.
You've taken the mickey many a time.
Well, and mine was half the price of yours.
Exactly. But no, as I said, that rain's just coming in just now, as you can see. So we're just going to go and shelter just now, and then we'll catch up with us. Right, so not sure if you can actually see us all that well. But one of the benefits we've actually got of the van, and one of the essentials when it comes to actually going away on trips, especially if you've got kids. So we've got a DVD player, but the DVD player, we've just taken an HDMI cable and we just plug it into the phone. And then all of a sudden you've got Netflix, you've got absolutely everything. So we're going to chill out for the next hour, watch an episode of Stranger Things, aren't we?
Yep, episode of Stranger Things. This is series 1, episode 5.
Yeah, so we're just
starting
getting
from
back
the beginning.
into it. Yeah, absolutely loving it, really enjoying it. But as I said, just while the weather's so brutal outside just now, we're just going to chill out for a little bit and then we'll actually catch up with you. And then not long after that, it'll be a case of getting dinner on for some scran tonight.
And he's cooking.
I'm cooking tonight, and then it's going to be a case of get the fire on. Nice relaxing night, so really looking forward to it. But as I said, we'll just catch up with you once we finish this episode.
So we had to make an adult decision, something that we're really not very good at. But
Neither of us are adults.
well, I'm definitely not an adult.
Exactly, aye.
And you 100%. Well, all your Star Wars gear proves that you're not an adult.
And you wear Crocs, so...
Look, I don't know why you've got such a thing against Crocs. If you've got a pair of Crocs and you can see an advantage to having them in a situation like this, in and out the van, all the rest of it, in and out the tent box, Crocs are the way forward.
Can we have a wee vote? Can you all sort of like a yes or a no just below regarding Crocs? I'm a definite no.
But he does have a birthday coming up.
Exactly, aye. So I can't exactly say no if I've got it as a birthday present.
No, you can't.
But I said, just pop a wee comment below, Crocs or not.
I can't wait. I've not got mine on.
I know, exactly.
That's a rarity.
Yeah, exactly.
For me not to have mine on.
But they're lime green. But
Right,
you do get Star Wars Crocs. I have seen the Crocs where you've got the little Star Wars logos on it. So you never know.
Yep.
It might be worthwhile.
Happy
having a look at
birthday
it.
to you.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, so anyway, Crocs and Star Wars aside, we had to make a decision and the winds got really mental. So we decided that we were going to take down the tent box. Probably just as well we did, because the rain cover, as we were taking it down, came off. So a little bit of drama, all the rest of it, and so a decision was made. But we're very fortunate that as well as having the tent box, we've also got a rock and roll bed in the back of the van. So it's not the end of the world for us to have a night in the van. Prior to having the tent box, we used to come away and stay in the van for weeks at a time. It never used to be a problem. We're just quite spoilt these days. So a decision was made, tent box is down, and we've actually turned the van around so we've got a little bit more shelter from the wind so that we can spend more time sat outside having a little drink and chilling out and all the rest of it.
It just got mental. The wind direction as well.
The weather's just full of lies.
Yeah, the wind direction,
lies.
we were going to be clear, we were going to be fine, but the wind direction is just the complete opposite, more or less, from where it actually said it was going to be. The wind speed said it was going to be roughly about, what, 12 to 15?
Yeah.
It was more like 25 to 35. The other problem was tomorrow morning at 1 o'clock in the morning, although the wind was meant to be coming from the opposite side of the hill, the wind speeds were meant to be up at sort of 35, I think it was, eventually. So the decision was made. It's definitely the right decision. Just get the tent box away, flip the van round, so we've got an opportunity to sit outside the front, have a little read, have a little drink of wine. We're about to get dinner on the next wee while as well. And the thing is, we've got a beautiful view out to sea, because I said we've just flipped the van round.
But where we're parked, we have got a picnic bench right next to us, so we can go and sit there and chill out without having to move all our gear and still take in the view.
So we may very well still do that if the wind does calm down, because as I said just now, still it's just absolutely crazy. The moment you step either side of the actual van, it's like hat off. It's
bonkers.
So it's definitely made the right decision, but it's just going to be a case of a little chill out for a little bit. Tempted to go back up to the pub, but I think that's probably not a good idea. And then it'll just be a case of sort of hunker down.
Bet you would go back to the pub.
I know, probably, hunker down just for a little bit, get some dinner on. Once we've had dinner, we've just watched an episode of Stranger Things, as you've seen. We're absolutely hooked at the moment, so we'll probably end up watching another couple of episodes of Stranger Things just before we head to bed later on. But as I said, shame about the wind, but the weather is actually still dry. It's not raining, apart from that massive rain shower earlier on.
But that didn't last long, did it?
It didn't, no.
Actually, we sort of opened the door and went, oh, it stopped.
Yeah. But everything was soaking. Absolutely everything is soaking. So again, the thing with the tent box is we now need to dry it out. So when we go home tomorrow, it'll be a case of in the driveway, we'll get the tent box out and get it dried up and get it all sorted out. But as I said, we're just going to have a little bit of a relaxing time just now, and then once we sort of get dinner on, we'll catch up with us. And then we're in for an entertaining evening. It's going to be good fun.
Either way, it's going to be entertaining, regardless of what goes on, regardless of the pub. They do cocktails.
Yeah.
That's, as you've seen.
The mojitos were really, really good.
Yeah. Too good, perhaps.
So we may see you later, we may not.
Yeah, this may end up being a video, it may not.
And that is the view from the window in the van. Look at that. Okay, so time to get the dinner on, and we are having pasta. Now, the one thing that we always do, again, we've mentioned it a couple of times in previous videos. So tomorrow when I do a little bit of a guide of the camp, I'm going to take you up because they've got an amazing shop as well as obviously the bar and the cafe. So we always tend to actually buy our food at the campsite itself, just to try and support the local business more than anything. So as I said, we've got some pasta and we've got some carbonara sauce. So we're literally just going to have that for our dinner with an absolutely amazing view. It is just stunning, really, really nice. So I'm just going to boil up some water just now. And then just get the pasta on, and then just relax and watch that view until it boils. But as I said, it is really important to try and sort of support that local shops and community, etc. You know, so we have always done it, all the campsites that we've actually done. You know, so again, tomorrow morning we've gone up and we've got some breakfast stuff that we're going to be having. Although we are sort of tempted, I think we're sort of tempted of having maybe a cooked breakfast in the cafe, which might end up being the sort of best idea, but we'll just play it by ear because we've got a rather exciting wee morning planned. So we'll see what happens. But as I said, I'm just going to wait for this to boil up and then I'll hook up with us. Okay, there's good timing. Sun's just come out as well. So the sun's actually just coming round the back of the van. And it is beautiful. The sun sort of really is coming out. As I said, it's just that wind.
That is nice.
That was really good. Quite small portions though. As I said, we do have another thing of pasta. We could have probably put a wee bit more pasta in. But no, that was really, really nice. But we might end up at the pub for snacks after all anyway. Okay, we're just going to finish our dinner and then we'll catch up with you later. Well, that's us just going to head to bed just now. That's the rain just started for another sort of heavy shower. But it's been a lovely night, just sat, chilled.
Amazing, sat drinking wine, sat watching the sea, sat watching Stranger Things.
Yes, absolutely fantastic night. But as I said, we're going to call it a night tonight, so we'll see you all in the morning. So,
barring any incidents,
we'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
Well, good morning from Sands campsite in Gairloch. We're still alive.
Just.
But only just.
That was a lot last night, wasn't it?
Emotional, I think was probably the word that we were trying to use.
Yeah.
The wind speed, again, it was meant to be sort of maximum gust was...
Shit, they said about 34 or something.
34, but that was way, way over that. That was more sort of like 50 last night. The one fortunate thing was that the wind was coming head on to the front of the van. So we weren't getting thrown around too much, but that's probably the strongest wind I think I've ever been in the van.
Yeah.
So
the van was certainly rocking for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons, exactly. But no, it was just as well we take the tent box down. There's a few people with tent boxes down below, and I'll be interested to see how they're doing this morning. Because as I said, where the wind was coming from a different direction yesterday, it was more or less coming across from the side of the campsite this morning. So as I said, that's been absolutely brutal. So we've really earned our coffee this morning. So we're just going to have a little bit of a chill just now. We are going to go along. There's some Highland cows just along the side there. So we're going to go along and have a look at them. We've decided we're just going to go up to the cafe for breakfast. Make it nice and easy. Let someone else cook it for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be good. And then it'll just be a case of coming back. We are wanting to go for a little walk on the beach. It is still windy, but it's not quite so crazy.
You can tell by my hair getting blown all over the place. Hat might need to go on in a minute.
A hat might go on, yeah. Well, I said my wee baldy head was absolutely freezing this morning when I went out for a wee wander. So no, I said we're just going to finish our coffee and then we'll take you along the Highland cows and we'll show you them as well. Lots of Highland cows and wee baby ones as well. Absolutely gorgeous. What an absolute belter. I think he's just chilling. That is his view.
So it looks like down this end everybody's sort of survived. I'll turn it around and show you. The size of the campsite, it really is huge. And there's the Highland cows over there in the distance. So the shop and all the facilities and everything are up there. So we are about to go and head for breakfast, aren't we?
I know, looking forward to it. A wee fry up.
A wee fry up and a coffee. I was served decaf coffee this morning.
My bad.
Yeah, we'll just let that sit. So I'll probably be a bit chirpier in a wee while when I've actually had some caffeine. Anyway, we'll catch up in a bit.
So we have gone for the full camper breakfast.
And I can't wait to eat.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my usual, sort of go around the campsite, show you some of the features of it, because this is so well organised, an incredible area, an incredible place to stay, but it's got everything. It's got absolutely everything. So when you arrive on site, you've got your reception just on there, but it has got a shop there that is just so well stocked. And again, what I was sort of saying yesterday, always try and buy from the shop that's on site and try and put money back into the area itself. But it's got just so much. It's licensed, but it's got toys for the kids, it's got gifts, it's got absolutely everything. And from the point of view of food, I don't think I've been at a campsite where the food options have actually been so good. So again, just parking just there. The other thing I really like as well, just on the section there, dog walking area as well. Which is just great because a lot of people, you do tend to find on campsites, a lot of people do have dogs. So I'll take you around a little bit more and I'll show you another couple of wee features that I really like as well. So it's got the barn cafe with an outdoor seating area. And as I said, that's where we had our breakfast this morning. And also our cocktails yesterday, which was a huge amount of fun. As I said, place is really open. It's incredibly friendly. The staff are just absolutely amazing, and again, just so helpful. Just even sort of hearing people there, sort of getting guidance as to where to go next for their trips. But again, I'll show you on the Barn Cafe board here. So again, really good from the point of view if it's got all the information there. It's got all the menus, etc. for lunches, for evening meals. And as I said, just even on site yesterday, there seemed to be a situation where a lot of the vehicles, after a certain period, there was nobody there. So a lot of people are obviously using it. Now, the other thing, we're here on a Tuesday, Wednesday, but it actually has another really nice wee section here. So basically, open on Friday and Saturday and Sunday from 5:30 to 8:30. And it's burgers and chips and pizzas and things like that as well, just from a separate wee area. You've then got all your refuse for recycling. And again, all very, very clearly sort of marked. And I don't think I've seen one quite as well organised as that. Sorry for the lighting in here, but it's also got a section in here for your laundry that you could do as well as your dishes, but it's even got like an ironing board there. And then this is the sort of dishwashing area in the main toilet block. And again, sorry for the lighting. But really clean. And as I said, it's got the 4 points there, or 3 points there I should say. Main toilet area, again, so well cleaned and maintained. The showers are really good. So you've actually got, on site itself, you've got 2 of these blocks where you've got things like grey water disposal, as well as obviously the lights off the toilets, but you've also, over on there, you've also got another one, and you've also got a massive play park for the kids there as well, proper adventure park. But so well signed. And again, even from the different areas, sort of like what's where you can go with a caravan as opposed to the likes of a camper van. So incredibly well set up. But as you can see, the rain is really coming in. So I'm going to head back to the van just now and hunker down for a wee bit. Catch up with you in a wee bit.
Well, it has started to absolutely hammer it down, so we are pretty much going to call it a day, I think.
Yeah, we're just going to pack up. Looking out the window there, the weather's coming in, and checking the weather forecast, it's not going to be getting any better for the next wee while. But in general, that's been amazing, hasn't it? That's been so much fun. I think this is probably one of our favourite campsites.
It is a really nice campsite. Really nice. Facilities are beautiful. The location, I mean, we've obviously chosen to come and have the beach view, the sea view. There is other low-level places that I'm sure William has highlighted in his little sort of tour. If you're not up for it, we did put ourselves under a bit of pressure because the wind was crazy. But I mean, we are so lucky, like I said earlier, that we can stay in the van if the tent box isn't an option.
Yeah.
So that's just what we did, and we're perfectly comfortable, perfectly happy. I wouldn't have swapped our location. Because waking up to that view has just been incredible, hasn't it?
That has been, yeah. Because again, we had sort of decided when we were looking at the weather before we came, the wind speeds, although nowhere near as much as they actually were, there was still that risk where we were going to have to take the tent box down. And we were perfectly comfortable with that. We were happy with that decision, but we wanted to try and get that sea view, which was just absolutely epic. But the whole campsite, the whole area, the staff are absolutely amazing and so friendly. And so good, and that makes a massive difference. But even it's the usual campsite vibe, everyone chatting to each other. It's just been an absolutely amazing couple of days, really enjoyable trip. But
we don't really let the weather stop us do anything, do we?
No.
I mean, we've had 2 days off, and the choice was stay at home and do house-based things, or come away for overnight. And it does feel like a little break, feels like a little holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, cocktails and a full cooked breakfast, that's holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a holiday.
We were hoping for a nice beach walk this morning, but looking at it at the moment,
not going to happen.
It's definitely not going to happen. It is absolutely wild out there. And the great thing, obviously, with being where we are and with that sea view, you can see all the rain coming. So it does look as if it's going to be brutal for the next few hours. So as I said, we're just going to slowly pack up everything and make our way home. But as I said, that's been thoroughly enjoyable. Another amazing trip. So we're going to be going to the next one. Who knows where that might be?
Not us.
Not us. We've got absolutely no idea. Sometimes it's a case of looking at the weather map and going there.
Yeah.
And that's very much sometimes last minute as well, which is all part of the fun, I suppose, as well.
Exactly.
But I just want to say a massive thanks from both of us for,
thank
for
you very
watching.
much for watching.
Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.